Hello, everyone. How's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you with another wonderful video. Obviously, you've read my somewhat confrontational, um, title to this, but I'm going to explain it first in a non-confrontational way. But don't worry, there will be a little sauce at the end. Essentially, I have long contended that uh, high-res audio is completely unimportant, right, for audio playback. At least for music. I don't think we really need to go beyond the CD as far as what's needed to enjoy music. I think going to higher bit rates and, bits. Well, I guess bit rates and bits difference. We don't need 24-bit and we don't need 96 or 192 kilohertz. 44.116 is good enough. Now, somebody named Mark Waldrep, he is an extremely respected music industry professional. In fact, he wrote this book, which I will eventually review on my channel. I'm about halfway through the book now, but I would recommend buying this, but that's a separate video. So, anyway, back to this. He was a proponent of high-res audio for consumer playback, but I think at this point, even he is starting to say, hey, maybe it's not necessary. But if you're one of those golden-eared audiophiles, you now have the chance to put your money where your mouth is, Internet Tough Guy. You can participate in the HD Audio Challenge 2, where you go to this website, request access. Mark Waldrep will send you a link to some files that you can download and actually see if you can tell them apart, high-res audio versus CD. So this will allow you to listen on any system of your choosing to say, hey, I can hear this. I can hear the differences between high-res and standard audio. Look at me. Spending insane amounts of money on this audio equipment was totally worth it. If you are man enough to do the challenge, I will link to this below. I will show you my progress so far. I just finished a live stream where I listened to a whole lot of these tracks, and I listened to 19 of the 20 tracks so far, and I got 12 of them right. Now, I basically was listening with these headphones here, which are the Audio-Technica ATH M50Xs. They go up above 20 kilohertz. They go up to 28 kilohertz and down to 15 hertz. So they've got more than 20 to 20 supposedly in their frequency response. How good it is, I don't know. I just like these headphones. I think they sound good. That's what I'm listening on. Whatever. So basically, I listened to all of the tracks and put down if I passed or failed, if I could tell the difference, right? And on 12 of the 19 so far, I successfully did do it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to listen to the final track together. I'll show you my methodology for this and explain a little bit more. So I got the files loaded up here into FooBar, and the last track is called VS, and I've been giving them vulgar names, so continue in that tradition. I'll call this one Venereal Sue. I don't know. I hope I don't offend whoever. But yeah, I'm just being very, disgusting. So I apologize. But we're going to go ahead and listen to this now. With this, it's not totally blind because with the top one, when I choose A on here, let me illustrate this a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and fire this up. Utilities, ABX tracks. Okay. So let me drag this out. As we're listening, if I hit play A, it's going to play VSA, and if I hit B, it's going to play VSB. So A and B are not blind, but X and Y are. So essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to be listening, seeing if we can pick out the high-res track out of the two. Now, I haven't listened to this track yet, so I don't know what it sounds like. So here we go. Okay. So basically, I've completed the first half of this trial. I've identified between A and B which one I think is the high-res file. I think A sounds slightly better than B. I think the dynamic sounds slightly better, blah, blah, blah. Could be placebo, right? So A is my perception of which one I think is better. So now I'm going to listen to X and Y and see if it matches with my perception and see which one I think is better. So A is what I think is the better track. So now I'm going to listen to X and Y and see if we can figure that out. Okay, I think X is the better sounding of the two. It's not by a wide margin, so I'm going to choose this option. Let's see if I'm right. I was correct. Okay. So now, this is not scientifically rigorous because I'm only doing basically one test per track. And it's entirely possible that I just got a lucky guess on these. So essentially, 13 of the 20 tracks I got right, I think. So let's just count up and see if I'm right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, just because I got these right doesn't mean that I picked out the high-res track necessarily. I'm assuming Dr. Waldrep will be publishing these results at a later time, like which one was the high-res one and which wasn't. Because this is actually his second challenge that he did. This is his more formal one. He did one a while back that I participated in as well, and basically his results were 50% correct, 50% incorrect, which basically means statistically you're guessing and you can't hear the difference between standard res and high res, which is when he really started to doubt his belief in high res as being necessary for consumers. And if he gets similar results this time, that'll probably just kind of further that belief for him. But if you want to be part of something, this is your chance to test your listening skills, test your stereo, all that stuff. So if you're an audiophile who has spent, many thousands of dollars on their cables, for example, if you spent $20,000 on speaker cables and $5,000 on your power cable and all that, this is the challenge for you. You are alone among, you're part of the elite club of true golden ears. So you could feel free to tell me how deaf I am and how much I can't hear and how I'm poor and I can't afford things. And all the wonderful things that audiophile assholes will tend to say on the internet because you're all lovely, lovely fucking people. So feel free to throw all that shit down there and, for this chance, it's time to put up or shut up. But, of course, even if you're proven incorrect, won't matter because you'll still be assholes. You'll always be assholes. It's just the way you are. Now, of course, not everyone is like this. I'm saying this firmly with tongue-in-cheek. There's a lot of good people out there, but I know some of the attention this will attract, so I'm just kind of challenging you directly and waiting for those comments. But if you're a decent person who wants to have a real conversation, throw down in the comments, and I'll be happy to talk to you. And, of course, even if you're a jerk, I'll happily insult you. So whichever you want to do. I'm fine because YouTube loves interaction. Just makes this get more views. I love the interaction, positive and negative, because I have fun either way. So anyway, I will link to this HD audio challenge too in the comments below if you guys are interested in this. So yeah, I think participating in this will be a lot of fun. I look forward to submitting my results. I'm actually going to do this twice. I did it once with my headphones, and I'm going to do it with speakers as well. So, and just to show, excuse me, how random this is, the first track is called BMS. I failed the ABX test on speakers, but I passed it on headphones. And I did choose what I thought was the high-res track as being the same on both. Now, again, I don't know if this means it's actually the high-res track or if just for some reason I preferred it. Again, we won't know for months because I think it's going to take a while for this challenge to run, and it's going to take a while for the data to be compiled and all that. But eventually, if you have patience and you can wait, you can be part of this and know the results. So anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Live long and prosper.